Hey, what's up, ladies? Welcome to the exclusive masterclass for women with digestive issues to lose fat, tone up, and get the fit and feminine physique instead with the Femme Fitale system for the professional woman who wants to look and feel her best. Okay, is this worth your time? Well, it depends. If you want the fit and feminine physique, then yeah, it will be because you're going to learn some groundbreaking information. So you could choose to spend the next 30 to 60 minutes watching Netflix, or you could mindlessly scroll through Instagram looking at cat pictures. That's up to you. But if you want to learn how to get the fit and feminine physique using my system, all for free, you can do it on your own if you use the knowledge wisely, or you can hire me as a coach eventually. So let's go. All right, so an amazing result to share. So this is one of my clients, Helen, and she worked with me about 4 or 5 years ago. She started at 85 kilos. Within 6 months, she was 72 kilos. She really wanted to look good for her son's Holy Communion. So she was like super motivated. So she did a consultation with me, told her how we'd achieve it. She signed up, stuck with the program, and that's the amazing result you can see. And she had a fantastic Holy Communion, something she'll never forget. Got loads of pictures, and she was very proud of it. And so was her family and her son. All right, ladies, so grab a pen and paper and start taking notes because the next 30 minutes are going to be crucial. Firstly, who am I and why should you listen to me? So, I'm a man. Why should you listen to me about getting a fit and feminine physique? Good question. So, there's similarities in our stories. So, if you look at my transformation, you'll see I started off very skinny, then I was a bit chubby, and then I got into the shape I wanted. Now, I don't look like no bodybuilder or anything, and that's where the similarities come in. So, even with like my men, I train them not to look like bodybuilders, but more to look like guys who lift but don't overdo it and don't live in the gym and don't need to take steroids. So I've been there, ladies. I've been embarrassed to be nude around girls. It might have been the same with you. You might have been embarrassed to be nude around men. I was having to wear a shirt when getting intimate. You might have done the same thing, doing it in the dark, wearing clothes still. I've been shy. I've been teased for the way I look. I've not felt attractive. I've settled for partners I shouldn't have been with. And I suffered from terrible tummy cramps and brain fog, stroke tiredness from eating so-called healthy foods. I'm sure a lot of you ladies have experienced that too. Let's find out why as this presentation goes on. So, how to lose weight and tone up to develop the fit feminine physique. The results that you want. So, that's the one in the middle is my girlfriend Maya and mother to my child. We're going to talk about more of her story later on. And the other two are two clients of mine that I trained, and they ended up developing the fit feminine physique as they trained with me long enough. So here's how to lose the fat, tone up, and develop a killer butt in less than 12 months. Okay, so step one is to discover your truth and the two futures you face and how to set up your mind for success. Step two is the nutrition protocols to melt fat and solve digestive issues once and for all. Step three is training to build muscle in the right areas. Step four is accountability and support. And step five is now your goal is reached. What do you do now? Step one, mindset. Discover your truth and the two futures you face. If you guys have ever watched The Matrix, you might be familiar with this picture. It's Morpheus, and he gives Neo a choice. Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? This is going to be the choice you ladies have to make today. So, the problem. You have no motivation and discipline, no clarity on where you are, no clarity on where you want to go, and not knowing what to do. So you're stuck at point A, you want to get to point B, and you need to build that bridge to get from A to B. What you're experiencing. So you're experiencing some weight loss, some weight gain, some weight loss, some weight gain. Just like a yo-yo, up and down, your weight is up and down. But why? So what is possible? In step one, we are going to discover your why and the two possibilities you face if you don't find your solution. So step one starts with asking the hard questions. So This is usually done with me over the phone. So we do a consultation before you even become a client. I will ask you some thought-provoking questions about where you are now, where you want to go, and in that call, I'm going to help you build a bridge from A to B. Then I'm going to get you to think of the two possibilities you face with your next decision. So if you carry on the way you are, you're going to carry on with digestive issues, you're going to make them worse, possibly end up with some life-preventable diseases, and you might even gain more weight and be even more unhappy with the way you look. Or you could go through the program, get great results, your next birthday, put on your favorite dress, your favorite jeans, look fantastic, get all the compliments in the world, and just become an all-round more confident woman. It's up to you. Okay, so step 1.1, prepare your mind for success. So once my ladies have taken a consultation with me, or you can do it yourself, just find a consultation template with which personal trainers use and ask yourself the questions. I mean, there's no stopping you. Like, this webinar is all about giving you free value so you can do this yourself. And if you want, you can work with me. I'm not forcing you into a corner here, ladies. So step 1.1, prepare your mind for success. So when it comes to getting in shape, it's not about just knowing what to do. You have to be consistent. I've seen many trainers, including myself, we know what to do, but once we start letting our mind go, we lose our bodies and we start going through all those hurtful feelings again, feeling down about our body, not feeling great. So by doing a morning ritual of gratitude, writing down your wins every evening, reading out aloud positive affirmations, and meditating breathing for 5 minutes, you can ensure that you are more likely to reach your health and fitness goals, and in this context, build muscle in the right areas and lose fat to tighten and tone up. So very, very important part, ladies. I do this every single day. I get the ladies in my coaching system to do this every day, and it just really helps with results, because once you get your mind right, the body stuff is easy, like, honestly. So start doing these stuff. Take down some notes, go Google this stuff and start doing it today. Okay, so step 1 recap. You're lacking confidence, motivation, and uncertainty. You're frustrated, lost, and confused how you ended up this way as you got older and focused on your career. You have to understand your point A to get to point B. You need to be asked the hard questions, or ask yourself and be honest with yourself. And then you need to set up your mind for success with daily mindset rituals. Okay, step 2, nutrition. All right, this is the good part, ladies. This is the part which is really going to help you with those digestive issues. So, the problem. You don't have a diet that you can stick to consistently to lose fat, and you keep gaining it back while suffering with digestive problems. We call this IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So what you're experiencing right now, you're putting effort into all of these low-cost, low-quality methods to solve your problem, but failing in the long run each and every time. So what are some of these low-cost, low-quality methods? It could be following an Instagram model and trying to copy her workouts, which are unique to her. It could be constantly buying recipe books, which you never use. It could be constantly buying diet books that you read and never actually do, and then when you do them, you realize they don't work. It could be one of those silly programs that these Instagram models pump out and you pay $20 for it. Or it could just be Googling for free. Plenty of people do that, but they never seem to get results for some reason. Step 2.1. So what is possible? With my 28-day drop a dress size diet, you will lose 5 to 20 pounds in only 7 to 28 days. So that's about 2 to 10 kilos in the metric system. So research shows those who lost the most weight at the start of their journeys lose the most weight overall. You need to take advantage of your motivation. Now, that's a picture of me and my client Emmeline when I was a personal trainer. She lost 10 kilos in 1 month. It was fascinating, and her fitness improved drastically. One story I really remember was her doing hill sprints, and I used to use a heart rate monitor, and her heart health increased dramatically. And yeah, she did fantastic. As you can see, she's very angry at me for helping her lose weight. All right. So step 2.1 is follow the quick fix, or the drop a dress size diet, as I call it. So just to give you guys some value, so the quick fix is based off a PSMF diet, which stands for protein sparing modified fast. It's the best diet to lose weight in the short term. I've researched a lot of diets, and this is the best diet to lose in the short term. It's what obesity doctors use for their obese clients because it's in their interest to lose the weight as quick as possible. Otherwise, they might die. Yeah. However, it is very hard to stick to. So knowing that, I made some key modifications which work so much better. And it just makes it easier for clients to stick to. They can do it for a full 28 days, lose that 5 to 20 pounds of fat, really increase their motivation because results will do that for you. But what are these modifications? So they include eating a bit more fat and having a carb meal on training days. Pretty simple. Yeah, and it really helps, just those little modifications. So this diet is also going to get rid of the bloating, the brain fog, the tiredness, and shrink your belly quicker than ever. Most of you ladies think you have a fat stomach. Most of you are just bloated. And if you start eating foods that don't bloat you, you are going to be surprised how easy it is to flatten your stomach. A lot of the time it's not fat. It's just water and gas, yeah? In my coaching system, I personally coach you to make sure every meal satisfies the requirements, making sure you get the training done, and you're going to watch the fat melt off in this phase. You really, really are. Okay, step 2.2 of nutrition. So find out the nutrition plan that melts fat and builds muscle. So we do the 28-day drop a gene size diet for 4 weeks, and then we move on to more flexible dieting. I would not want to do that diet forever. It's very hard, works effectively, but chances are you'll get sick of it. You'll go back to your previous eating habits and you'll just gain the weight back. That's not what we want. So we move into something called flexible dieting. So this is where I create you a nutrition plan, which includes your calories and a minimum protein target to hit. And then with the rest of the calories, you fill them in with the foods from the shopping list, 80 to 90% of the time. And then with 10 to 20% of your nutrition, you can eat your favorite foods like chocolate, ice cream, etc. There's no real food off the menu in this phase, although I do recommend staying away from foods that bloat you. In that first 4 weeks, you're going to be like, wow, these foods are awesome. They're not causing me any problems, and I feel like a different woman. So I wouldn't encourage you to eat junk for the sake of it, but we're all human. We all go out. We all have families. We all have birthdays we go to, Christmas. We're going to eat these foods from time to time, so don't feel guilty about it. Just eat it, accept the consequences, move on, get back on track tomorrow. Okay, so step 2 recap. You don't have a diet that you can stick to consistently to lose fat, and you don't have one that improves your digestive issues. So even though you might be losing weight, you still feel terrible. And you're getting frustrated from losing the weight just to gain it back. You feel like you're wasting your time. Step 3, training. This is my favorite part of the program. It really is. So, the problem. You believe nutrition is the most important part of getting in shape. And you're being told by trainers over and over that you can't build muscle because you lack testosterone. But when you have an awesome training program, you can build muscle in the areas you want, not what your trainer wants, shape your muscles, and supercharge your metabolism and lose fat even quicker. So, what you're experiencing in this phase. Should I do cardio? Should I do circuits? Should I do heavy weight training? You've got many options, ladies. Some are better than others. Just like if you wanted to go from LA to New York, you could walk, you could run, you could ride a bike, you could take a motorbike, you could drive a car. Probably the plane is going to be the best option. And that's what your boy here does right there, giving you the best option to get that fit feminine physique. So, what is possible in this phase? You can build muscle in the right areas, you can melt fat, you can supercharge your metabolism to have your friends and family's drawers drop, and your men, and other men, or even your husband, are going to drool over your new body and confidence. So, step 3, female training. You need a proper quality training program with the right exercises and order, the right intensity, frequency, and volume to build muscle in the right areas effortlessly. And I'm going to go through each one by one, because ladies, if you did my program or my men's program, you would get big muscles and you wouldn't be happy with the program. So it's very different I don't train you the same as my men. So let's get started on this phase. Okay. Training intensity. So in exercise science, this is defined as the percentage of your 1 repetition maximum with which you are training, i.e. the relative load. From my research and practical experience, I found the training intensity of 60 to 90% to be a good intensity. I'd recommend starting closer to 60% as a beginner and moving closer to 90% as you become more of an intermediate stroke advanced trainee, while also using a mix of intensities. So this is going to differ between exercises, ladies. So if you do, for example, very heavy squats and you do a lot of them, your quads are going to blow up. Now, a lot of you, I know you don't want your quads to blow up. Now, some of you will. And if you're that sort of lady and you want to work with me, I've got a program to do just that. Most women don't want big quads that rub together, yeah, and make them not fit in their jeans anymore. So you have to be careful with the intensity. So just be aware of that. Right. The best exercises for training. Yeah. So to build muscle, you have to use exercises which put tension on the muscle. There's no point doing a bicep curl if you want to build your butt. You have to do butt exercises to do that. So things like hip thrusts, glute kickbacks, squats, deadlifts, etc. Yeah. You need to find out what each muscle's function is. So if you want to do this on your own, ladies, I'm giving you a lot of value here. Find what each muscle's function is and find exercises which allow you to get stronger over the long term. Yeah. Then you need to perform those exercises properly and arrange them in your exercise program properly. So if you want to grow your glutes, it's going to be better to train your glutes earlier on in the session rather than later on in the session. What goes first gets priority and it will grow more. Okay, training volume. This is one of my favorite parts and really highlights the difference between male and female training. So most of my guys, they just want to build mass. They want to get big all over. There's not a single muscle they don't want to get bigger. With my women, they don't want big shoulders. They don't want a big back. They don't want big thighs. They don't want big calves. Usually they want a nice butt, which is bigger than the rest. That's very trendy these days. So that's what my training system is built around. A lot of glute exercises. And it does train every other muscle group as well because that's important. You don't want those muscles to go saggy and you want to keep them healthy still. So you still want to work them. But you don't want to train them as much as, say, the men do. You're not going to train your biceps every day if you don't want big biceps, right? But you might train your glutes every day if you want bigger glutes, yeah? So training volume is a measure of the total amount of work done in a training session. There's different definitions, and the one I like is repetition volume, so reps times sets. And from my research, I found around 8 to 20 sets is good for muscle growth across the week, with more being better for more advanced trainees. So for example, when it comes to like bicep training, most of my women don't want big biceps. They don't go nowhere near 8 to 20. They might be doing 2 to 3 sets per week on their biceps. They might be doing 2 to 3 sets on their triceps. But for their glutes, they might be doing close to 20 if that's what they really want. Yeah. Okay. Training frequency refers to how many times a week you train each muscle group. From my research, this one depends on your training status. Untrained individuals can benefit from training muscle groups once per week, but I've personally found 3 full body sessions to be better in practice. The more advanced you become, generally the higher the frequency needs to be. Training frequency also depends on things like sleep, active recovery, and how fit you are. So ladies, I'm kind of hinted at it in the volume section. If you want to build your glutes, you're more likely to train them 3+ times per week. If you don't want to build your biceps, don't train them 3 times a week. Train them once per week. You have to know how to manipulate these variables to get the results you want, not what your trainer wants. Yeah, remember, this is your body. And you're paying us, the trainer, to get the look you want, not what we want. Yeah, and that's the mistake most trainers make. Okay, so step 3 recap. You're frustrated from not knowing how to train. You can end that frustration by going back and rewatching this video, researching the correct exercises, the correct intensity, volume, frequency, or you can take a shortcut with a plan from an expert who's been doing this for 17 years, doing the research and working in the gym and working with over hundreds of women. Yeah. Okay. Step 4, coaching and accountability. This is what I get paid for. So, the problem. Knowing what to do is not enough for most women. Losing your belly fat, bingo wings, love handles, and thigh fat is going to require two things. Know what to do and do it. So, what you're experiencing, maybe you bought a good program in the past, but you didn't stick to it long enough to see if it actually works. So, online coaching, which is what I do, is the bridge between personal training and doing it by yourself. Being surrounded by other women in your position with the same goal really helps community. Working with a coach who's been there, done that, took the picture and coach hundreds of women to do the same. And when you get stuck, someone to ask questions when you need help. Too many women go on training programs and they get stuck. And because they don't have somebody to ask how to unstuck themselves, they just give up and then they backslide and then they go through that yo-yo body experience again, and then they get motivation and then they lose weight again, can't stick to it, gain it back. Doesn't happen with my ladies because they got a coach in their back pocket. Whenever they got a problem, they just ask me. If they're not doing the work, I'm coming down on you. I'm making sure you do the work. Yeah. So I'm very selective with who I work with. I do not work with everybody. If you're not a coachable woman, please do not apply for my program. I beg you. You'll just waste my time and you'll get frustrated yourself. So, yeah. Okay. So, step 4, accountability and support. A proper mindset, training, and nutrition plan isn't enough for most women. A large chunk of the population needs someone on top of them to ensure you turn up most days and actually do the work. And when you have a problem, a professional who gets the results moving in the right direction again. That's what I do, and that's what I get paid for. Yeah. So a little bit of a recap on step 4. You're frustrated from skipping the gym and blowing off your diet constantly. You can end that frustration today with a coach who's going to be there with you every step of the way. Stop pulling your hair out, ladies. Okay, step 5, post-care. So you're working with me, you're going through the program, you're getting coached, you've got the body, you look fantastic, you feel amazing, your digestive issues have gone away, and you are just a completely different woman now. You were the shy, unconfident woman before, and now you're super confident. No one can stop you. But you're in a bad position here because this is the part which most women will mess up and they'll backslide. So, what do you do once you actually get the body? So, once you've actually reached your goal, you're actually in prime position to undo all the good changes and gain it back. There's several reasons for that. Some are mental. Sometimes you just get complacent. Yeah, you get complacent, you stop doing the work, you think, now that you've done the work, that's it. You don't have to keep it up, and you backslide. But there's another reason, which many of you aren't aware of, and on the next slide, I'm going to explain that. So in this stage post-care, step 5, we're going to work on stabilizing your hormones and work on improving your body even further, or just maintaining it, whatever you want. What you're experiencing. So maybe when you were younger, you actually got the body you wanted, but it didn't last very long. It's happened to me and countless others before. You start going back to where you started and you start feeling like this was a complete waste of time and money. So what is possible? You can actually keep your new fit feminine physique forever if you want to. I did it for 6 whole years, not the fit feminine physique, but my version of it, after I finally discovered why I kept failing. And I've coached many women to do the same thing once they've left my services. I do keep in contact with a lot of my former clients, and they're doing great using the principles I taught them. So, step 5, post-care. Now you have the body. Do you want to keep improving? So, after dieting for a number of months, your hormones will have actually reduced their output, and you will actually have a slower metabolism. This is a good thing. This means you've reached your goal. This is normal, and it's known as metabolic adaptations. Yeah. So your testosterone would have dropped, your estrogen would have dropped, so that would have reduced your calorie output. Because you're eating less, you're not burning as much energy to break down food. You now weigh less, so every time you move, you're not burning as many calories. Bigger people do burn more calories. Your leptin levels have gone down. Leptin is the master hormone of like body fat regulation. That goes down as well. And all these little changes reduce your metabolism. So let's say you started my program at 2,500 calories. Now your metabolism is 2,000 calories. So you've reached your goal, but you're now at 2,000 calories, but you don't know this information. So you go back to eating 2,500 calories a day because that was your old metabolism. Now, that is a 500 calorie surplus per day. Now, if you do that, each week you're going to gain a pound of fat. Over 4 weeks, that's 4 pounds of fat. Over 3 months, that's 12 pounds of fat. You get the picture. If you don't know this information, you will go back to the way you are. So this is why it's important that you work on stabilizing your hormones, get your metabolism used to this new body, build your hormones back up to baseline, and then get on a new nutrition plan with your new metabolism. So, a recap of the whole system, ladies. Here's how to lose the fat and develop the fit feminine physique in less than 12 months without gaining the weight back. So step 1 is working on your mindset, getting clear on the truth and the 2 future possibilities, and doing the mindset work every single day. Step 2 is the nutrition plan to melt fat and solve your digestive issues forever so you can gain more energy and feel great. Step 3 is the training plan designed for women who want the fit and feminine look. There's no point doing the training program that men do. It's just going to make you look more manly. If that's what you want, do it. If not, use the fit feminine program. Yeah. Step 4, coaching and accountability. We went through that. Step 5, post-care. Once you've got the body, make sure you keep it. You don't want to go through all that effort, and getting in shape is hard. Just to lose it back again. You might not never motivate yourself to do it again. Okay, some success stories. So these are 2 of my favorite stories. Story 1 is actually my girlfriend, Maya. When I met her, she was 150 kilos. No, not really. But yeah, she wasn't really happy with her body at the time. She was traveling frequently. She didn't really have control of her diet because she was being served whatever she was being served. She was barely sleeping. That affects your metabolism. She wasn't able to train consistently. And when she got with me, she expressed a desire, I think, to work with me, or I pushed it on her, I can't remember. But she was the first girlfriend that actually listened to me, which was really weird because I've had a few girlfriends and they've known I'm a trainer and they've never listened to me, and they've ended up going out of shape, and then they get unconfident, don't want to get naked anymore, and things just start going downhill from there. So Maya is one of my favorite stories. Not in the greatest shape right now. She did just have a baby, but when she's recovered, watch out for that transformation. Second story is my client, Jude. So Jude is one of my favorite stories because she explicitly told me in my consultation, I do not want to build muscle. So she was a perfect fit for my Femme Fitale program. And that consultation was difficult. Like, I had to dig deep. I had to explain to her, look, I'm not like other trainers. I'm not going to blow your muscles up. We're going to take your weight and measurements each week, and we're going to really keep track of it to make sure even if it does go up a little bit, we can take that exercise out, for example. And she trusted me. We worked together for about 6 months, I believe. And that was her 50th birthday. Doesn't she look great? I actually got invited to it. That's how you can tell a coach is a great coach, when you get invited to clients' birthdays. Not making this up, ladies. So see for the picture for yourself. She looks stunning. She had a great time. She was moving on the dance floor. And yeah, that's 2 of my favorite success stories. Okay, what will your story be 12 months from now? That's up to you. Yeah, this is your commitment to act. There's no point just watching this and then going away burying your head in the sand. You've done a good thing watching this. You've acknowledged you have a problem. Now you need to take the next step. Yeah. So your next step is, you've got 2 steps. You can do this on your own, and congratulations if you do it on your own. You might be able to do it. I mean, I did. Plenty of other women do, but most fail. So if you do want the shortcut to success and guaranteed success, schedule a consultation below. You can visit the link, you can type it in, or you can just hit the link wherever I choose to put it, and book in a time to chat with me. It's going to be around 20 to 45 minutes. I'm very thorough in my consultations. Sometimes they're very short because I'm very selective with who I work with. It's why I have such high compliance and great results, because I don't take on everyone. I learned those mistakes in my younger days. I can't help everyone. I can only help the woman that wants to help herself. Yeah. So, what's next? So, on this call, we'll talk about where you're at, where you want to go in 2020, exactly how this system will get you there, and if I think that you're a good fit for the program, and if I'm a good fit for you, you'll have the direct opportunity to work with me. Yeah. And then you'll get to hear what the cost of investment of the program is. All right, ladies, that's the end of the presentation. If you do have any questions, I am on social media. Feel free to reach out. Or if you're watching this on my website, hit the contact form. Or if you're ready to get started right now, hit that application button, book in a time to chat with me in my Calendly, and I look forward to talking to you. Ladies, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope you got great value, and I will speak to you soon.